Alright, here we're going to use the Pythagorean Theorem to find the distance between 2, 5 and -4, -3. Now, the way we do this is we're going to make a right triangle. We'll connect points. Now, what I'm going to do is we've got to come up with a point. There could be a point up here, but I'm going to use the one down here. So I came down 3 here, so I'm going to come over to 3, and you'll notice that I'm at 2. And if I put a point here, okay, then I can connect this, and I would have my 2 legs of my triangle, and then if I can draw in the hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I've completed my triangle here. Now, you'll notice that the hypotenuse is a dashed line. That's typically how we do that to come up with that. Now, to do this, we're going to need to know the length of this side, which I'm just going to call this one A, and we'll call this one B. Now remember with the Pythagorean Theorem that it's A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Now it really doesn't matter which one we call A or B as long as it's not the hypotenuse. Now to find this, what we'll do is we're going to find the distance between these 2 points. Now what we're going to do is find the change in y and take the absolute value of it. So remember, we get distance by subtracting, and then distance has to be positive, so we take the absolute value. So let's go ahead and come up with what A squared would be, or what A would be equal to. So A is going to be y2 minus y1 is how we normally distinguish it, but it could be, it doesn't really matter which one we call y1 and y2 as long as they're different. But anyway, so y is 5 minus this one, which would be -3. So I'm subtracting the negative, so it's going to become positive, take the absolute value, and so we end up with A is equal to 8. Alright, now for B, it's going to be the same process, just using our x. It's x2 minus x1. Okay, so B would be equal to the absolute value of -4 minus 2. Okay, so we're going to end up with the absolute value of -6. So B is equal to 6. Okay, so now the reason we did all that was to find this distance, the hypotenuse. And again, we know that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. We know A is 8, B is 6. So what we would end up with here is 8 squared plus 6 squared has got to equal C squared. Okay, so we end up with 64 plus 36 is equal to C squared. Add these two together, we get 100 is equal to C squared. So we take the square root of both sides, and C is equal to 10. So the distance between these 2 points is 10. And again, that's our hypotenuse value.